Hey guys, welcome to another review, this time for Bulletstorm for the Xbox 360, PlayStation 3, and PC platform. This game is developed by Epic Games. The guys who brought you Gears of War and People Can Fly. It's a first-person shooter that's been hyped a bit recently, and its claim to fame, or its thing that sets it apart from everyone else, is the skill shot system. The skill shot system basically gives you points for doing creative kills. Anything from something as simple as a headshot to shooting someone in the ass, to shooting someone in the crotch, to kicking someone into spikes. Any sort of form of creative kill that you can do, you will get points for. Just killing someone normally isn't going to net you much, but the points play a role because they let you buy ammo and upgrade your weapons. So it's really encouraged and pretty much necessary to experiment and try to find different skill shots, and they're really fun to watch. The stuff that you have at your disposal, you have the leash, which is kind of this energy whip that allows you to either grab people and pull them towards you, or send like a shockwave down, and then it sends up weaker enemies into the air and stuns stronger enemies. You also have your melee, which is just a kick. And then you have a relatively small amount of guns, I think about 7 or so, but all of them are pretty cool, rather unique, and they all have an alternate fire. Anything from the Magnum's alternate fire lets you shoot like a flare rocket, to the Peacemaker carbine, like your main assault rifle, having like a overcharged shot. It's mix it up to the weapons. And you can also do environmental kills, whether that's kicking someone into an electric generator, kicking them onto spikes, etc. As I said, this skill shot system is usually pretty cool, but for me at least, this is a personal opinion, it was fun at first, but something that kind of wore thin by the end. I just got used to using the same skill shots that were the easiest to pull off, and then it kind of got tired of seeing them. If you're the kind of person who likes to experiment, and it gives you a list of all the different skill shots you can try, and is willing to try new different things in combat, by all means, you'd probably like this game a bit more than I did. The skill shot thing, I like the idea of it more than the actual execution here. It's fun at first, but then for me at least it kind of came off as a gimmick. That's not to say I did not enjoy this game. The graphics are very nice. Unreal Engine 3 looks good as always. The environments, the planet of Stygia is incredibly varied, and it was really fun to look at. I mean, you get used to seeing in Gears of War all these drab, dreary environments with a bunch of grays, blacks, and browns, but the world of Stygia definitely has a lot more color, and it's vibrant, and it's fun to look at. Some of the facial animations were kind of bad, at least on the 360 version, but no frame rate drops, anything like that I experienced. So other than that, really good on the graphical standpoint. Some of the action set pieces in this game are just epic. Anything from falling off a waterfall and facing a tsunami wave after that, to having a giant wheel essentially chase you down in a desert, and more that I won't ruin, but they are really epic and fun, intense, and it brings up another thing about this game. Its sense of scale is really excellent. I mean, when something is big in this game, you really feel like it's big. You really feel like the buildings, the monsters, whatever, the set pieces are really towering over you, and stuff just really has this excellent sense of scale, and just to see it within the game really just makes the world feel more alive. There's genuinely some funny dialogue that's definitely been hyped in this game. The general story is that you're a space pirate, Grayson Hunt, who used to work in a military outfit, was betrayed by a general. He gets a chance for revenge, crashes his ship into the general's ship, and they crash land on the planet. And he's basically out for revenge to get back this general who basically used him and his squad. But there's actually some genuinely funny dialogue. Some of it's stupid. If you're not a fan of any of the recent kind of comedies that have had a resurgence in America, I guess, like something in the vein of humor of super bad, knocked up, those kind of films, really vulgar humor, then this isn't really the game for you. You probably just find it annoying. But I thought there were some genuinely funny moments, and I laughed out loud. I was really surprised that there was actually an attempt to tell a coherent story in this game, not just some... It is still epic and over the top, but it attempts to tell a revenge tale and makes, you know, Grayson at first seem, and most of the characters in this game at first glance seem like really shallow characters, but there's actually a little bit of character development in here, and I guess I would say that was unexpected for me, and it's not really a bad thing. The story, I mean, you've seen better elsewhere, and if you've played another first-person shooters, obviously, but it's not terrible, and it will keep pulling you along. At least it did for me. It kept me interested. So that's an unexpected plus, at least, that I had for this game. However, the ending was really kind of bad, and I haven't seen a cop-out on that scale since the ending of Halo 2. It really just sets you up for a sequel and gives you very little to no closure, and that was kind of upsetting for me. So in addition to the single player mode, there's also the Echoes mode, which is essentially just a time trial kind of version of a few bits of the single player campaign. Just dialogue and cutscenes are removed, and it's basically see how fast you can, how much of a high score and fast time you can rack up, and then it has leaderboards to compare with your friends, etc. This is alright. I mean, if you just want to experience the bits of gameplay again, it's really more of a personal taste thing. And then there's the Anarchy mode, which is the only form of like multiplayer in this game. There's no competitive multiplayer. It's a 4-player co-op, essentially a lot of gameplay that you've seen recently, starting with Horde mode and Gears to Firefight in Halo, where you just fight waves of enemies. And this mode, while fun at first off, you really need friends to play with, people you know, have headsets to get to some of the higher waves. But my main problem with it is that you can't advance to the next wave until you reach a certain points threshold. So if you're all doing your own thing and not working together to create team skill shots, you're going to keep replaying the same wave over and over, which is kind of a downer. I'm not a big fan of that decision for gameplay. However, I would say that this game overall was pretty enjoyable for me. The single player campaign I thought was fun. I had fun with it all the way through. Echoes mode, like if you just want to experience some bits again, is kind of fun. Anarchy, I guess if you can play with 4 friends and people that you know, it would be funner. But overall, I'd say this game is at least worth a rental, or at least borrowing from somebody, checking it out just for the single player campaign. And if you really like it, you know, then consider purchasing it. Yeah, it's just, I liked the idea of it more than the execution. It's not for everyone. Some of the humor and the gimmicky bits of the skill shot system might not appeal to everyone, but I feel like it's a game that if you're a fan of first-person shooters, you should at least try, because it does try to bring something new to the table. And at the very least, I'm excited to see where People Can Fly could go with a sequel and how they could improve on a possible Bulletstorm 2. So yeah, thanks for watching. Please rate and subscribe. And I'm going to be having a contest for giving away the content included with the Epic Edition for Xbox 360. Includes the Gears of War 3 beta. For details, check out the description. Thanks for watching.